Hello students! For today's video, ang pag-usapan po natin is all about principal root or square root. So what is square root? A square root of a number is a number when multiplied to itself will give you the original number. So ibig sabihin, when we say square root, pag pinag-multiply mo daw po yung dalawang number or yung number sa sarili nila, ang magiging sagot is yung ating hinahanap or yung ating square root or yung given. Alright, example. The square root of 9 are positive 3 and negative 3. So, why? Bakit positive 3 and negative 3? Because when positive 3 and negative 3 are multiplied to themselves, or pag pinag-multiply mo daw po sa sarili nila, they are equal to 9. Right? So, example, kapag pinag-multiply mo daw po si positive 3, 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Right? So, ganun din po dito, si negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3. So, pinag-multiply natin sa sarili nila or themselves, then equal to 9. So, ang hinahanap natin is 9. So, ibig sabihin, parehas sila ng sagot. Therefore, positive 3 and negative 3 are the square root of the number or principal root of the number. Alright? So, if the square root of a number is non-terminating and non-repeating decimal, we say that it is an irrational number. Again, kapag irrational number, ito po yung mga may decimal, kapag mayroong square root na walang perfect square, so that is irrational number. Kapag rational number naman, kapag yung ating square root o yung ating radicand ay perfect square or mamumultiply mo sa sarili niya, it means that is rational number. Alright? Every positive number has two square root. So, meron daw po tayong dalawang square root. Katulad din 9, meron siyang dalawa which is positive and negative. Positive 3 and negative 3. So, that is the two square root. One is a positive number and the other is a negative number. So, ito daw po yun. Isang positive at isang negative. The principal square root is the positive square root of the given number or radicand. So, ibig sabihin yung ating principal square root laging positive. Kapag principal square root ang hinahanap natin, laging positive. So, it means the principal square root of 9 is positive 3. Alright? So, that is the principal square root of 9. Laging positive. The principal root is a rational if the radicand is a perfect square. Alright? So, kapag siya ay rational, kailangan siya ay perfect square, yung ating radicand. If not, kapag hindi siya perfect square, then the principal square root is irrational. Ibig sabihin, kapag hindi perfect square, ang tawag sa kanya ay irrational. Again, kapag rational, siya ay perfect square. Kapag hindi, not perfect square root, not perfect square, it means that is irrational. Alright? Kapag perfect square, rational. Kapag hindi perfect square yung ating given na radicand, that is irrational. 0 has only one square root, which is 0. In addition, negative numbers do not have real square root. Their square root are called imaginary numbers. So, hindi muna natin siya itatakel kasi pang higher branch of mathematics na siya. Alright? So, that is square root. Square root are the numbers that, when multiplied by themselves, equal to the number under square root sign. So, ano yung square root sign? Or yung radicand? Ito po yung radicand. Ayan. Ayan po yung tinatawag nating radicand or radical. Ayan po yung tinatawag nating radical. Radical po radical. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag nating radical. Or square root sign. Square root sign. Alright? So, ang tawag po sa kanya ay radical sign or square root sign. Alright? If the principal square root is irrational, kapag daw ang ating principal square root is irrational or walang perfect square, the best you can do is to give an estimate of its value. So, ang dapat natin gawin para makuha natin yung kanyang principal square root, yung ating estimate value. Mag-estimate tayo. So, malalaman natin yan kung paano mag-estimate. So, we have an example. Alright, so example, square root of 49. So we're going to find if this given square root of 49 is rational or irrational. Then what is the principal root? Alright? So square root of 49. So meron po bang numbers na pwede nating ipag-multiply sa sarili nila na ang magiging sagot is 49. Alright? So isang number na pinag-multiply sa sarili niya na ang magiging sagot ay 49. So let's have a try. So 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 2, 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 2, multiply sa sarili nila, di ba? 4. 3 times 3, 9. 4 times 4, 16. Ayan po yung mga merong perfect square. 1, 4, 9, 16. Then 5. Kasi pag pinag-multiply natin sa sarili nila, yan yung magiging sagot. 5 times 5, 25. 6 times 6 is equals to 36. And then 7 times 7 is equals to 49. So we have a number. Ano yung number natin? So 49 ang hinahanap natin is square root of 49. It means it is 7. The principal root will be positive and negative 7. Di ba? Ang sabi natin, ang ating square root, laging may dalawang sagot. Isang positive at isang negative. It means square root of 49 is equals to positive 7 and negative 7. Pero pag kinukuha natin yung principal square root, laging positive. Alright? So, ang ating solution, this means that the square root of 49 is either positive 7 or negative 7 because 7 times 7 is 49 and negative 7 times negative 7 is also 49. Thus, has principal square root of 7. Ang ating principal square root ay 7, laging positive, and it is what? Siya ay rational. Bakit siya rational? Kasi po, meron siyang perfect square, which is 7. And then, ang kanyang principal root is 7. So, that is square root. Kapag merong perfect square, siya ay rational. And then, ang ating principal root ay laging positive. That is yung ating nakuhang principal square root, which is 7. Alright? Next, another given. Square root of 17. So, meron po ba tayong dalawang number na pag pinag-multiply sa sarili nila, yun ang magiging sagot? Meron po ba tayong number? So, wala po, di ba? So, it means, square root of 17 ng kanyang principal square root is also positive and negative square root of 17. Kasi wala ka namang number na pag pinag-multiply sa sarili nila, 17 ang sagot. So, that means, square root of 17, the answer is positive and negative square root of 17. The radicand 17 is not a perfect square. Again, kapag hindi siya perfect square, it means that is what? Siya ay irrational. Alright? Kapag hindi siya perfect square, siya ay irrational. And then, ang kanyang principal root is yung given number. Alright? So, that is square root of 17. Kapag irrational, walang perfect square, hindi siya perfect square, and then ang principal square root niya, yung given number. Alright? So, that is another given. Next, square root of 25. Kanina, ginawa na natin si square root, yung mga ating pinag-multiply, di ba? So, meron po bang perfect square sa square root of 25? Yes, we have. So, that is positive and negative 5. Kasi pag pinag-multiply mo, si positive 5 times positive 5 is equals to 25, and negative 5 times negative 5 is also 25. Therefore, meron siyang perfect square, so it means that is rational. And ang kanyang principal root is positive 5. So that is rational and irrational number of a square root. Alright, so that is square root of a number, either irrational or irrational, and then their principal root. Right? So let's have another. Between which two consecutive integers does the square root lie? So saan daw po between, pagitan ng ating dalawang magkasunod na integer ang ating given square root? So dapat ang sagot natin dito, yung between niya, yung nasa pagitan niya ay parehas merong perfect square. Alright? Parehas na merong perfect square. Given, square root of 6. Saan meron perfect square na ang gitna mo ay square root of 6? Sino yung mga number na merong perfect square na ang nasa gitna niya is square root of 6? We have what? C, square root of 4, and square root of 9. Meron silang mga perfect square. So, nasa pagitan nila, sino? C, square root of 6. Diba? Nasa pagitan nila sa square root of 6, nasa gitna. Si square root of 2, merong perfect square na 2. And then, si square root of 9, merong perfect square na 3. It means, ang ating square root of 6 ay nasa pagitan ni square root of 4 and square root of 9. Alright? So, solution. 6 lies between the consecutive perfect square of 4, ito po yun, and perfect square of 9. Then, ito po yun, 4, 6, and 4, 6, and 9. Nasa gitna si 6. Kapag ginawa natin yan square root of 4, square root of 6, and square root of 9. Nasa gitna si square root of 6. Ni square root of 4 and square root of 9. Kasi si 4 and 9 ay merong perfect square na 2 and 3. So it means, ang magiging sagot mo dyan is 4 and 9. The consecutive two numbers is 4 and 9. Dahil sila yung merong perfect square, then nasa gitna nila ay si 6. Alright? So that is the consecutive integers. Two consecutive integers. Another example, square root of 75. Sino yung number na merong perfect square na nasa gitna nila is 75? So we have square root of 64. Bakit square root of 64? 8 times 8. We have 64. Then, nasa gitna mo ngayon si square root of 75. Sino pa yung isang number na mayroong perfect square? Si square root of 81. The perfect square of 81 is 9. So, si 64 ay 8. Nasa gitna niya si square root of 75. And then, si square root of 81, ang kanyang perfect square ay 9. So, it means nasa pagitan nino, square root of 64 and square root of 89. Dahil meron silang perfect square na 8 and 9. So, it means 75 lies between the consecutive perfect squares. Perfect square ni 64 and 81. Dahil si 64 merong perfect square na 8, and then si 81 may perfect square na 9. Therefore, 64 and 75, 81. Nasa gitna si 75. Then, square root of 64. Ito po yun. Square root of 75 and square root of 89. The perfect square of 64 is 8. And then, this perfect square of 81 is 9. Alright? Then, nasa gitna nila si square root of 75. Therefore, ang magiging sagot mo dito, yung dalawang consecutive integers is 64 and 81. So that is the two consecutive integers na merong perfect square between the given numbers. All right? Next. So that is between which two consecutive integers does the square root lie? Another example. Estimate the square root to the nearest 100. So nearest 100 po yung ating ini-estimate. Pag nag-estimate po tayo, kailangan yung malapit doon sa given square root. Malapit sa given square root. Right? Kasi irrational po siya eh. Pag irrational, ibig sabihin wala siyang perfect square. So mag-estimate tayo kung ano yung magiging square root niya or yung magiging principal root niya. Alright? So let's have a given. Square root of 10. So saan malapit si square root of 10 na merong perfect square? Saan siya malapit? Kay what? Alright. The principal root of square root of 10 is between 3 and 4. Bakit 3 and 4? Dahil si 3 we have square root of 9. Diba? Ang perfect square niya is 3. And then, nandito si square root of 10. Wala siyang perfect square. And then, ang susunod sa merong perfect square, 16 na, diba? Which is, ang kanyang perfect square is 4. So, dapat nasa between siya ni 3 and 4. Pinag-uusapan natin dito, principal root. Kaya yung sagot mismo nila, si 3 and 4. By estimation, pag nag-estimate tayo, square natin sila ha, kailangan malapit kay 10 yung sagot niya. Alright, so 3.1 square. So 3.1 square. Pag square, ibig sabihin mo multiply mo sa ito, square. Tawag po sa kanya, square. So multiply by 3.1. Multiply natin. 1 times 1, then 1 times 3, 3. And then 3 times 1, 3. And then 3 times 3, 9. 9, 6, 1. Ilang decimal point? 1, 2. 1, 2. So, dito. So, 9.61. So, medyo malapit siya kay 10. And then, try naman natin si 3.2. 3.2 times 3.2. Right? So, 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. 3 times 2, 6. Then, 3 times 3, 9. Then, add. 4, 12, 1, and 10. Then, ilang decimal point? 1, 2. 1, 2. So, dito, 10.24. So, malapit sila kay kanino? 3.1 and 3.2. Kapag 3.2 na yung ginamit natin, ibig sabihin, lagpas na tayo kay 10. So, ibig sabihin, kay 3.1 lang. Puro 3.1 muna ang gagamitin. Must be lie between 3.1 and 3.2. Nasa gitna siya ni 3.1 and 3.2. So, continuation tayo. Continue the estimation to the 100 place. Kapag 100 place, ibig sabihin, dalawang decimal point ang magiging sagot mo. Alright? So, 10th, 100. Alright? So, let's have another estimation. So, 3.1, ang kanyang sagot is 9.61. So, try naman natin ng 3.15. 3.15. And, square po yan. 3.15. Alright? So, 5 times 5, 25. Carry 2. And then, 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. 3 times 5, 15. And then, next, 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 1, 1. And then 1 times 3, 3. Next, 3 times 5, 15. Remainder 1, I carry 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. And then 3 times 3, 9. And then add. Add natin sila. Bring down 5. 5 plus 7, 12. Carry 1. 5 plus 1, 6. 7 plus 5, 12. Carry 1. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9. And then, bring down 9. And then, ilang decimal places yan? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 3.15 square is equals to 9.9225. 9.9225. So, ito po yun. So, medyo malapit na siya kay 10. Alright? 9.9225. So, let's try another. 3.16 naman. So, hanapin natin yung kung sino siya, kung saan siya mas malapit. Alright? So, 3.16 square. Pag sinabing square, doble. Mumultiply mo sa sarili niya ng 2 beses. Yan. So, it means 3.16 times 3.16. So, 6 times 6, 36. Carry 3. Then, 6 times 1, 6 times plus 3, 9. Then, 6 times 3, 18. Next, 1 times 6, 6. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 3, 3. Another, 3 times 6, 18. Remainder 1, or carry 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Then 3 times 3, 9. Hanapin po natin kung saan siya pinakamalapit. And then add. Bring down 6. 9 plus 6, 15. Carry 1. Then 8 plus 1, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 8, 18. Carry 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9. And then bring down 9. And then how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means the answer is 9.99. Ito po yun, 9.9856. 9.9856. So ito, mas malapit siya kay 10 kasi 9.98 na siya. So it means 3.16 ay mas malapit na kay square root of 10. Kapag ginamit naman natin si 3.17, so sobra na siya kay 10. So ibig sabihin, dun lang tayo sa mas malapit sa kanya, which is 3.16. Alright, so 10 is closer to 9.9856. So dito po siya. Si 10 ay malapit dito. It means, ang estimation ng square root of 10 is 3.16. Ito po yun. Right? So, the estimation is 3.16. Wala nang square. Kasi yan na po yung kanyang estimation. Alright? So, 3.16 ang kanyang estimation. Alright? So, that is nearest 100. 2 decimal places. So, tens, 100. So, that is estimate the square root of the nearest 100. Kung saan siya malapit. Alright? Another example. So, it means ang kanyang sagot ay 3.16. Okay, another. Square root of 45. So, square root of 45, kanino siya malapit? Na merong perfect square. Kay what? Square root of, kanino siya malapit? Square root of 36. Diba? Square root of 36. Nasa gitna siya si square root of 45. And then, sino pa yung merong perfect square? Square root of 49. Diba? Nasa gitna si 45. So, si 36, ang perfect square niya is 6. 49, ang perfect square niya is 7. It means, ang kanyang principal root, between principal root is 6 and 7. Alright? Ito po yun. Solution, the principal root of square root of 45 is between with the perfect square of 36, which is 6, and then square root of 49, which is 7. So, nasa pagitan lang muna tayo ni 6 and 7. By estimation, mag-estimate na tayo. Okay? Kailangan malapit kay 45. So, let's try 6.7. So, 6.7 ang itatry natin. 6.7. Square yan. Ibig sabihin, multiply mo sa sarili niya. 6.7. Alright? So, 7 times 7, 49, carry 4. And then, 6 times 7, 42. Plus 4, 46. And then, 6 times 7, ganun ulit, 49, ay 42. 6 times 7, 42. And then, 42, carry 4. Then 6 times 6, 36, plus 4, 40. And then add. Bring down 9. 6 plus 2, 8. And then 4 plus 0, 4. Then bring down 4. And then how many decimal places? 1, 2. 1, 2. It means 44.89. So, medyo malapit na siya kay 45. Try naman natin, 44.89 na ha. medyo malapit na siya. Kapag ginamit naman natin si 6.8, sobra na siya kay 45, which is 46.24 na. So it means between lang siya ha, kay 6.7 and 6.8. Nasa pagitan lang siya ni 6.7 and 6.8. Pag 6.8 na yung ginamit natin, sobra na. So gamitin muna natin si 6.7. Okay, 6.7. Kailangan hindi siya sosobra. Kailangan sakto or malapit lang siya. So, 6.7. So, gawin natin 6.71. Mag-estimate tayo ha. 6.71. Square means doble or sa sarili nila. Yan. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 7, 7. 1 times 6, 6. 7 times 1, 7. 7 times 7, 49. Carry 4. Then 7 times 6, 42. Plus 4, 46. Then 6 times 1, 6. And then 6 times 7, 42. Carry 4. Then 6 times 6, 36 plus 4, 40. And then add. Add natin sila. 1, bring down 1. Bring down 1. 7 plus 7, 14. Carry 1. 9 plus 6, 15 plus 1. 16 plus 6. 9 plus 6, 15 plus 1, 16. Plus 6, 22. Carry 2. And then 2 plus 6, 8 plus 2, 10. And then carry 1. 4 plus 1, 5 plus 0, 5. And then bring down 4. Then how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 45, 45.0241. Ito po yun. So, medyo malapit na siya kay 45. Sobra lang siya ng ilang decimal. Kapag si 6.72 na, masyado nang malaki. 45.1 na. Ito, 0. So, it means, mas malapit si 45 kay 45.024. It means, ang gagamitin na natin ng kanyang estimation ay 6.71. Kasi mas malapit siya kay 6.71. It means the answer is, mas malapit si 45.024 kay 45, then the answer is 6.71. So that is square root to the nearest 100. Alright, so malapit siya sa given number. 100, ibig sabihin 2 decimal places. Alright, next. Plotting irrational number in the given number line. So magpa-plot daw po tayo ng ating irrational number sa number line. So let's have a square root of 3. Using the estimation, square root of 3 is closer to square root of 4, which is ang kanyang perfect square is 2. This number is between 1 and 2. Dahil si 1, ang kanyang perfect square is 1. And then si 2, ang kanyang square root is 4. So, ibig sabihin, si 4, ang kanyang perfect square is 2. So, ipa-plot down natin si square root of 3. Ayan. Principal root of square root of 1 and square root of 4. 1 and 2 yun. Since square root of 3 is closer to square root of 4, mas malapit siya kay square root of 4 than square root of 1 kesa kay square root of 1. Then, square root of 3 is closer to 2. Mas malapit siya ngayon kay 2. Plot square root of 3 closer to 2. So, ibig sabihin, bakit kay 2, hindi kay 4? Kasi po, ang perfect square ni 4 is 2. Kaya, ipa-plot natin siya kay malapit kay 2. Okay? Yung kung alin yung kanyang perfect square. Hindi kay 4 ha, kasi kinukuha natin dito yung principal root. Alright? Principal root. Which is ang principal root or square root ni 4 is 2. Malapit si square root of 3 kay square root of 4. So, ang perfect square ni 4 is 2. Kaya dito natin siya ipa-plot. Alright? So, ganyan po magpa-plot. Ang kinukuha yung principal root o yung ating square root na. Yung sagot na mismo. Alright? Next, another. Square root of 23. Si square root of 23 ay malapit kanina na mayroong perfect square. Square root of 25, which is 5. Okay, which is 5. So, si square root, then this number is between 4 and 5. Bakit 4 and 5? Kasi si 4 ay merong perfect square. Ay si 16 ay merong perfect square na 4. And then si 25 merong perfect square na 5. Si 23 nasa pagitan ni 16 and 25. Alright, since square root of 23 is closer to square root of 25, mas malapit siya kay 25 than square root of 16 kesa kay square root of 16. Therefore, square root of 23 is closer to 5. Bakit kay 5, hindi kay 25? Kasi nga po, ang perfect square ni 25 ay 5. Then, plot square root of 23 closer to 5. So, ibig sabihin, hindi natin ipa-plot si square root of 23 malapit kay square root of 25. Okay? Gagamitin natin yung kanyang perfect square na 5. So, it means nasa pagitan lang siya ni 4 and 5, nasa number line, and then, mas malapit kay 5. Alright? Mas malapit siya kay 5. So, dapat ganito po. Si 4, ito po yung 4, ang kanyang square root is square root of 16. Ang perfect square niya is 4. Then, si square root of 25, ang kanyang square root ay 5. Okay? Ayun po ang kukunin natin yung kanilang mga perfect square. And then, ipa-plot mo siya dito. Dahil mas malapit siya kay 5. Alright? So, ganyan po magpa-plot ng irrational numbers. So, let's have an example. Another example. So, we have square root of square root of square root of 15. Okay? Kaninong number or perfect square malapit sa square root of 15? Kay pagitan lang po Kanino? Kay 9, square root of 9, saka kay square root of 16. Diba po? Square root of 9 and square root of 16. Si square root of 9, meron siyang perfect square na 3. Si square root of 16, meron perfect square na 4. So, ibig sabihin, sa number line, sa pagitan lang ni 3 and 4. Since si 15 ay malapit kay 16, so malapit natin siya ipa-plot kay 4. So, therefore, pag nag-plot tayo, okay, ito ko 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So sabi natin pagitan lang ni 3 and 4. Since si square root of 15 ay malapit kay square root of 16, ilalapit natin siya dito. So it means dito tayo magpa-plot. Alright, so that is square root of 15. Malapit siya kay 4. Okay? Kasi mas malapit si square root of 15 kay square root of 16. Kaya magpa-plot tayo malapit kay malapit kay 4. Right? So that is square root of 15. So that's all about plotting and rational numbers in the given number line. That's all. Thank you.